the steps in a setup or changeover reduction, separating internal and external activities may in fact be the most important as well as the simplest steps you can take. In the most general sense, performing activities like preparing tools, kits, and materials, as well as transporting items while your line is running, can reduce setup time by as much as 50%. As a reminder, internal tasks are those tasks that can only be performed while the machine is stopped. External tasks, on the other hand, can be performed while a machine is running. When we look to differentiate between the two, we are trying to separate work elements or tasks into a group of internal and external tasks. There are many different tasks that can be performed before a machine is stopped. Let's take a look at our IndyCar for a few common examples. Some of the more obvious ones that occur here are lining people up and positioning them at a level that reduces motion, preparing wheels or other parts before the car is stopped, organizing and preparing tools before the car is stopped, situating equipment, tools, and parts as close as possible to reduce excessive forms of waste, and using proper equipment. While these obvious examples may seem quite simple and logical, the reality of an everyday setup is that it may not occur this way. Review your Gemba notes, watch your video, and take another look at your value stream. You will more than likely find that many of the external activities are being performed after the machine has been stopped. If so, you may have an opportunity to reduce 50% of your setup time right away. How do we do this? As implied earlier, we need to separate the activities into our setup into internal and external activities. There are three commonly used methods to do this: use of checklists, performing regular function checks, and reducing transportation waste, specifically with tooling and parts required. Let's take a look at each of these in our upcoming sections so that we can understand how these tools will help you separate internal and external activities.